Welcome to Hey Olexa.
Christmas in July!
Happy Christmas!
Happy Christmas?
I don't know, what do people say in Christmas in July?
Merry Christmas in July!
Hey guys, welcome to our channel. I'm Ryan, this is Michelle, and together we are Hey Olexa, and we are a millennial couple trying to get out of debt by paying off the debt with one salary and living off the other. And we believe that the first step to living your dream life is financial literacy. So in that vein, today we are talking about preparation for Christmas.
And how not to go in debt
For Christmas.
And it can be, holidays are really expensive if you're not careful. Last year, we were preparing to get married, weren't quite married, and never really thought to budget for Christmas. And then the holidays rolled around. And let us tell you a fable, a story, if you will, about how difficult that was. So Ryan's family does it one way, my family does things a different way, and we didn't really have a set budget, we hadn't really talked about it, and it became like this whole expectation versus reality kind of situation for us. And for me, I work in luxury retail, and I had to have my expectations checked a little bit, because I think I was expecting Ryan to drop like a couple $1,000s on just me. And so when Ryan decided that he would rather spend what did you want to spend, like $50 on each other or something? You can imagine the meltdown that ensued.
But similarly, I kind of wanted to spend some money on everybody that we knew, which we sort of did. But of course, we had to, as we started adding everybody up, we realized, wow, there's a lot of people we got to buy for, and there's only so much money.
So I guess this video is actually all about how not to go into debt for Christmas, because if you've heard it once, you've heard it 1,000 times. Like, oh, I just have my credit card. I'll put all of Christmas on my credit card and it'll be fine. But we really want to challenge you guys that right now it's the end of July. So we're doing 2 weeks of Christmas in July, which is super exciting. And yeah, it's just to remind you that if you have it in your budget, or you can put it in your budget, right now is the time to start putting aside some money so that you can at least get some or most of your Christmas purchased without going into debt.
And if you happen to be stumbling upon this video and it's already December 1st, we've got a couple little tips for you at the very end for things you might be able to do at that point.
Absolutely.
Everybody does things differently. Different families, different friend groups do things differently, workplaces. And that's something we ran into getting married, is that, each of our families did Christmas very differently. And we're both also some of the younger people in our families, and so we have very large families because siblings have had kids and all that jazz. So we actually did our families separately based on how they kind of did Christmas. So in my family, the siblings, for instance, some years back decided to start doing more of a Secret Santa. So you only buy for one sibling, rather than trying to buy for all of them, because that would get a little crazy. And then we do buy gifts for each of the nieces and nephews.
Yeah, and then for my family, what I have always done is, like Ryan said, we both come from larger families. I buy for the entire family, and I do a box. So typically in that box, I have a fun game or a movie. It's normally themed of some kind with hot chocolate. Normally it's homemade hot chocolate, hence where this came from. It was a leftover jar. Hot chocolate or cookie mix, something of that nature, that they can then turn around and use together as a family night. It's always really important to me that I help cultivate family night with my siblings and my nieces and nephews. And we put a budget on those boxes. So we try to spend roughly around the same amount for Ryan's family and my family. It's just split up very differently because we also will buy something for like your mom and dad as well.
Yeah.
And we did the same for my
For your
parents.
parents, yeah.
And of course, I have multiple sets of parents, where Ryan has a set of parents, which makes things just a little bit more chaotic.
So you really want to go line by line. We did this, I think, better after Christmas than we did before. But you want to think through anything you might spend money on. So that involves obviously gifts for family, but that also could be gifts for coworkers. We realized that both of our workplaces did gifts for at least certain people. And then we had some friends that also we felt like we wanted to get gifts for.
Even if it was something small, like Christmas cards became a line item.
Yep.
Which we're going to be like sending out Christmas cards for you guys. So if you want a Christmas card,
We'll have a Google form for you guys, a link in the description. So if you want to be on that mailing list, fill it out.
yeah.
Only one card per household.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. It's Christmas. You can have as many cards as you want.
As many hearts as you want.
And you get one heart. Anyway, unless you're a cow. Don't they have like 4 hearts?
I think they have 2 stomachs.
Maybe that's what it is. I was just going to say, don't forget about Christmas decorations, because those can actually get pretty pricey, especially if you're thinking about like buying a new tree this year. Some people have a tree in like every room of their house.
Melissa?
Which is beautiful. Ornaments, lights, and you're probably going to lose a few light strings every year, so keep that in mind.
So one way that I like really tried to save money on our decor is I went ahead and I purchased things that would go with our current decor. So like whatever we already had decor wise, I was trying to make sure it was stuff that we would still like in the future that we could build upon. So like we knew that our tree was gonna die out. Fun fact, we have to get a different tree this year. There's no way. This guy is on its last leg. Literally.
So another thing to talk through is actually how do you make the budget happen? And the first step is really figuring out how much you're going to spend altogether. So you take all the things that we just talked about, make sure you try to think of everything, and actually go through and figure out what you're going to spend on everything, and add it all up.
So for us, that was like roughly $2,000 for all of the things, including like our meal. So you would take that, divide it by however many months. So if you're watching it in July, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But then you want to divide it by 4. And the reason I say 4 and not 5, because we are 5 months from Christmas, but we're 4 months from November. And you typically want to have things pretty wrapped up by that November mark. No pun intended. So for right now, if you were to have to do that, what's the math? I can't do that fast.
$500 a month to get to $2,000.
So $2,000 divided by the 4 months gives you the $500 that you need to roughly be saving to hit the $2,000 mark before Christmas.
And then you set up that automatic transfer going straight out of whatever account you get paid from and into like a little savings account. And we actually have like a million different savings accounts for different things that we're trying to save for throughout the year. So that way we keep our money organized and we know that we're going to have it when the time comes.
So for instance, right after Christmas, we went through this and we realized the $2,000. So in January, we started budgeting roughly $200 a month that goes into a savings account. $200 is a lot more doable than $500 in 4 months, as you can imagine. And it's also a lot more doable than like swiping your credit card and having this obscene amount of like debt you have to pay off right after Christmas or the holidays.
For those of you that are watching this and it's already like December and you're like, holy crap, I gotta get stuff for everybody, and you're tempted to open up that, or whip out that credit card so you can start buying things, please stop because there are better options out there. A lot of financial institutions will have holiday loans. If nothing else, at least go for a personal loan because your interest rate is going to be so much lower. You're going to have more time to pay it off. And yeah, you're just going to spend way less overall. In fact, financial institutions usually don't make nearly as much on those things as they do on credit cards. But you will be far better for it. So that is one thing. If you absolutely, you're like, hey, I got people I got to buy for, got to have it. Go check out your local credit union and try to get a great rate on a holiday loan because they probably have specials going. Another option is you can really, if you've got a little bit of time and some know-how, you can do some DIY projects. Try to use things that you already have, or really cheap things, or sometimes it's just writing a really heartfelt card to somebody that you love. And honestly, I've done that for people, and it's meant a lot. You may even have skills. You know, maybe you're a songwriter, maybe you're an artist, and you may be able to create something that way too that could be personalized for the person that you're wanting a gift for. So thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. If you did like this video, as Michelle said earlier, if you would hit that like button for us. And if you want to see more content from Hey Olexa, you can subscribe to our channel right down there.
Don't forget to go ahead and find us on Instagram. It's at Hey Olexa. We update it quite a bit actually, and you can follow along for all the behind the scenes, a lot more of Thor and what we're up to in our day-to-day life.
But until next time, if you just always remember to budget wisely
And compromise kindly.
See you guys.
Bye guys. Which makes it that's a lot.